That was a residential building in Bahrain that was just hit moments ago by Iranian Shahed drones. The war that began with the United States and Israel engaging in preemptive strikes against Iran is spreading throughout the region. Iran has engaged in retaliatory strikes against all neighboring countries other than Oman, as the foreign minister of Oman was involved in the mediations between Iran and the United States. Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Iraq have all been hit by ballistic missile strikes or Shahed drones by Iran. Some of those countries have been able to shoot down some of the retaliatory strikes. We also know, as you look towards the east, Afghanistan is currently at war with Pakistan. Pakistan declared war and said Afghanistan is a colony of India. That happened earlier in the week. While all of this is going down, Donald Trump is MIA. By all accounts, he was supposed to address the nation this morning on Saturday. That would be, of course, in addition to that bizarre Truth social media app video that he posted late last night, where he talked about how, hey, he was wearing like a baseball cap, and he was like, hey, in wars people die, so our soldiers may die. And then he was like, to the Iranian people, I guess this is what you wanted, so now go out and prove us right that if this is what you really wanted. What a deranged message that he sent last night. But he was supposed to speak this morning to address the nation, to address the United States. What the hell is going on here? Normally before wars, there's information, what's going on, because previously they said that this was about stopping Iran from enriching uranium. But then when Iran agreed through the Oman mediator to stop enriching uranium, the United States said, actually what we in Israel want is regime change, and that this war against Iran is actually about regime change, and the mission will be getting rid of the Ayatollah. Speaking of, as of the recording of this video, we don't know the status of the Ayatollah's condition. There's conflicting reports on the Israeli side. There's some suspicion that they may have been able to kill the Ayatollah. On the Iranian side, they're saying the Ayatollah is just fine. In any event, when our CIA assessed the situation and what military strikes could look like in the aftermath, they said even if you took out the Ayatollah, another hardliner would ultimately replace the Ayatollah, and you would just get another Ayatollah. You would just get another version, if not a more extremist version. So Donald Trump was supposed to give these Saturday morning remarks to the nation, but that got canceled. Now the White House, which lies about everything, is saying, no, we were never planning on doing that address at all. That's fake news. Why would the president of the United States address the nation when there is a war taking place between the country? I don't know. It seems a reasonable thing to suspect that that's what the president of the United States should and would do. And that's what it was reported he was going to do. But that is not what ended up taking place. As of this recording, additional news to report. The Strait of Hormuz, which accounts for about 20% of the share of global oil and gas supply, goes through that Strait of Hormuz. I have a map right here where you can see it. The Strait of Hormuz appears to be closed by Iran. Again, there's a lot of conflicting reports here, so I'll always want to flag that when I do these updates. But there's audio out there that seems to suggest that the Iranian Revolutionary Guard are warning ships over the radio that no vessel is allowed to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. And this is a major area where exporters like Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, the UAE, and Qatar depend on this single route to supply global markets. So this could have catastrophic economic impact, especially when the markets open on Monday. If that's the case, that was one of the fears, that Iran would shut down the Strait of Hormuz in order to try to economically strangle the United States and its allies. But we will keep you updated as we learn more there. Also, some horrific and tragic news already out of the war in Iran. The U.S. and Israeli airstrikes hit an elementary school, a girls' elementary school in Minab, Iran. The death toll is now 85. Mostly children, little girls were killed by the United States and the Israeli strikes. I'm going to share with you over here just what the image looks like outside of this elementary school in Manab in Iran. And this is in the southern province of Iran. And absolutely horrific. I'll show you some photos of it right here of the Manab Girls' School. Again, 84. That number is expected to rise even more, but 84 little girls and perhaps some teachers dead as well. Here's the video right now that we're getting in. Here, play this clip. I'll show you this as B-roll. This is the video of the Palm Jumeirah being attacked by the Iranian Shahid drones right here. So the Palm Jumeirah, this is in Dubai, and this is right by the Jumeirah Beach Road area. This is the main tourist section of Dubai. And as I mentioned, I believe before, one of the nations that Iran is retaliating against is the United Arab Emirates. They are striking Dubai. They are striking Abu Dhabi. But this particular area, too, for anyone who's visited Dubai, you know it very well. The Palm Jumeirah, this is the main tourist strip, is now being hit by Iran. Going to Bahrain for a moment. I'll show you this naval facility right here. This is basically the United States' biggest naval facility in the region. You'll see that one of the Shahid drones right here was able to do a direct strike at a radar facility controlled by the United States. Billion-dollar radar systems right here that was just hit and destroyed by Iran. Play this clip.
Okay.
Now, it's an interesting sight in the sense that you have obviously a lot of the pro-democracy Iranian supporters here, and our heart goes out to the Iranian people. I want to be very clear. While this war by Donald Trump and Netanyahu is clearly unlawful, is clearly unconstitutional, and it violates all international law, I still want to make sure I extend my heart out to the people of Iran right now, and of course to our troops as well. And the people of Iran have been living under a brutal regime there in Iran, and they were betrayed by Donald Trump last month when Trump said, go out and protest, we got your back. And then 30,000 or so Iranians were likely massacred. We are seeing, though, Iranian demonstrators protesting against the U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran in the capital right now. We have images from Al Jazeera showing, at least this protest right here is an anti-U.S. and an anti-Israel protest. That's currently underway in Iran. Let me give you additional data points. Senator Mark Warner, who's the top Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee, he's saying that there was no evidence that Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States. He said in an interview earlier today that he saw no evidence that Iran posed a direct threat. After a classified briefing, he warned recent strikes could mark the start of an open-ended conflict and that war can spread, as we're seeing it happen in the Middle East. While Donald Trump cites long-term missile risks, experts say any direct threat was still years away. And I showed you all the video of the Oman foreign minister who was negotiating between the U.S. and Iran, and he said Iran agreed to stop its enrichment. There were going to be more talks on Monday. They were in the middle of a diplomatic process, and that's when the U.S. and Israel struck Iran in the middle of a diplomatic process where the foreign minister of Oman thought that there was a deal. I'll show you Iran's foreign minister, Araghchi, was just interviewed. He's around and alive right now. And he claims that all high-ranking officials are alive. He says everything is fine. Obviously, take it with a a grain of propaganda as well, as this is the image that regimes project, but also you have the Trump Netanyahu regimes, you have the Ayatollah regimes. We have a lot of regimes who are just screwing up life for the people who just want to go on with our lives and live our lives in peace. But here's what the foreign minister of Iran said. Play this clip.
Actually, I appreciate your comments there, and we do have a series of other questions I want to ask you. But just for clarity for our audience right now, can you confirm with specificity that the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is alive, and separately that the Iranian president is alive right now following these American and Israeli strikes?
As far as I know, yes, they are alive. And the head of judiciary as well, the head of the Speaker of Parliament as well, all high-ranking officials are alive, and the Secretary of the National Security Council. So everybody is now in its position, and we are handling this situation, and everything is fine.
It should be noted that prior to the Iran attacks, the U.S. CIA assessed that even if the Supreme Leader Khamenei was killed, he would likely be just replaced by even more hardline extremists over there from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard. And so I'm not sure this is a well thought out plan I don't believe it's a well thought out plan by Donald Trump and his regime. Israeli Defense Forces have published information regarding today's joint attack, U.S. and Israel. The U.S. is calling it Operation Epic Fury. I've been calling it Operation Epstein Fury, or the Jeffrey Epstein War. Israeli Defense has published information regarding the joint attacks, stating that the operation consisted of over 200 fighter jets attacking 500 targets in the largest attack in Israeli Air Force history. But then again, I'm reminded right here of the stuff that Donald Trump would say back in 2012, 2013, and throughout his campaigns. Remember in 2013 when Donald Trump posted, "Remember what I previously said? Obama will someday attack Iran in order to show how tough he is." Or in 2012, "I always said Barack Obama will attack Iran in some form prior to the election." Or here's a video that Donald Trump made in 2012. Let's play it.
Unfortunately, we have a president that doesn't know the first thing about negotiation. We have a real problem in the White House. So I believe that he will attack Iran sometime prior to the election because he thinks that's the only way he can get elected. Isn't it pathetic?
Or how about this? One of the main memes or images that were being posted during the campaign in 2024 with Donald Trump and J.D. Vance was "Vote the pro peace ticket. Vote Trump Vance." Meanwhile, Marjorie Taylor Greene just posted about Donald Trump, and she called Donald Trump and his regime, I don't like to curse, but this is what Marjorie Taylor Greene just called Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, sick fucking liars, is what Marjorie Taylor Greene just referred to Donald Trump as. Donald Trump gave that speech yesterday that he just posted on his social media platform. And he said, it's possible American soldiers are going to die, but that's just what happens in wars. You can play this clip right here.
Seeks to kill. The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties. That often happens in war. But we're doing this not for now. We're doing this for the future, and it is a noble mission. We pray for every service member as they selflessly risk their lives to ensure that Americans and our children will never be threatened by a nuclear-armed Iran.
And there you have it, folks. We'll keep you posted every step of the way. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. We're getting close to 7 million subscribers. Thanks for watching, and we'll keep you posted.
New Midas merch drop! Check out the latest pro-democracy sticker packs, t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and more. All at store.MeidasTouch.com.